What up, folks? I am Ultrazilla, and this is my video about YouTube, COPPA, and what's gonna happen in 2020 to Ultrazilla Toys and the toy landscape in general here on YouTube. Now, I don't know. That's the whole thing. We kind of know in some broad strokes, and we're hoping to get some refinement, but if you don't know what's happening, back in September, it was announced that the FTC and YouTube had settled on a $170 million fine against YouTube for collecting data on children. That's through targeted ads, which is where we make our money. Now that's not great. This all started with some of the bigger kids websites making a lot of money here on YouTube. I'm not gonna mention names here, but that's how it started, with the FTC investigating that, and then it kind of went into this, and this is where really the damage has been done, because in doing so, YouTube has kind of gone wild with this and said, hey, if you don't mark your videos for kids, you're possibly gonna get fined by the FTC yourself for $42,000 per video that they deem, not YouTube, that the FTC deems for kids. Because this whole thing is because this was targeting kids and getting their information. This is all to protect kids, which I am all for. Let's put that out there. I am all for. Obviously, Ultrazilla Jr. is 5 years old. I love doing, some videos with Ultrazilla Jr. here. Not all, obviously. I don't consider myself, completely for kids. I do aim a lot of my reviews, most of my reviews, towards adults, and the ones that Ultrazilla Jr. are in are because it's stuff I bought for him, and I definitely I definitely want to keep the family friendly atmosphere here, because again, my kid is in the videos, and I don't want my kid to be harmed by other videos. So I understand the stance here, right? But I just think between the FTC and YouTube, they're not doing anybody any favors by making such broad strokes, because there are folks that do this strictly for the adult collectors. The problem is there, and this is me speaking to my fellow YouTubers that do this, any toy is gonna be for a kid. Any toy will have the interest of a kid, whether it's a Toy Story toy or a Soul of Chogokin Voltron. None of that matters. NECA could be for kids. I mean, guys, this is major, because with these broad strokes, anybody doing this can be affected. I've heard folks talk about, I'm going to curse more in my videos, or already, my videos, I curse like crazy. That doesn't mean anything. This is not YouTube looking at this. This is the FTC that's going to go in and see toys, and toys only, at this moment in time. Again, I want to put that out there. That is the biggest part of this, and I'm trying to talk to my fellow YouTube reviewers that I've seen some resistance against this. Thinking, hey, my import toys, are adult collectibles. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. We care, and that's cool, and our community cares, and that is cool. But you have a large section of humanity you know, that won't understand that. And that's unfortunate, but that's the world we live in, especially when you're talking about a government agency. You know, like, they can't, it's a small agency at that. They can't go in and like go, yo, this might be adult, let's leave it alone. That's not happening. You know, like, you're taking a massive chance if you think that. Really, like, a real massive chance of you getting a $42,000 fine if you're wrong about this. So that is a major, major problem. A real big problem. Like, that even the highest end, like, toy guys here are gonna have a problem paying. This is really life-altering things that could happen to you here. Is it worth it? It is not. So, my suggestion to all my pals that are resisting or thinking that this is something that might not affect them, stop thinking that way. Switch your channel to Made for Kids for now. You don't have to do it right now. This is one of those misconceptions that are out there. Because YouTube has started flagging videos that could be for kids. Forget what YouTube is doing on their own. They have, like, right now, like, at the time of this recording, they have, like, literally no say in this. They've said it as much. You know, they're trying to help a little bit, but they have, like, no clue what the FTC is actually going to be looking for, or how broad their sword is going to be. You know, this is like uncharted territories for everyone. YouTube has basically washed their hands of it, which is the major unfortunate thing, and has rubbed a ton of people the wrong way. Myself included. You know, like, you just can't do that. You know, YouTube need to work with the FTC here. You know, and say you can't do this. This is a major portion. Like, you can't do this as is. YouTube needs to work with the FTC more in identifying what is this that they're trying to do. What is this kids' content that they're trying to, you know, single out here, because it's not that simple. You know, now there's a couple things happening here that are good. There's a massive petition going on right now. It's up over 260 something thousand at the time of this recording. It could be even higher by the time I get this up, about this, and telling the FTC to, like, you know, reconsider what they're doing, give us more time, you know, like, not just give us more time, but, like, you know, take more time in figuring out what you want to do here, because it's happening very fast. Between September and now, YouTube is implementing this super fast. You know, it just can't happen that fast, especially for a lot of these bigger reviewers that do get paid a substantial amount for this, because they've earned it. You know, like, they got the subscribers, they got the views, they've earned the ability to do this as a job fully. You know, like, those guys, more than anything, will need more time to get there, you know, like, to figure out what they want to do. Me at my level, I'm, like, pretty low. Like, I'm at 5K subscribers. My view count isn't the highest, you know, but this is important to me because this is something I love doing, and I wanted to continue doing. I wanted to get to that level, you know, like, anybody that's doing this wants to do that. You know, like, that's the goal. You know, I get paid very little here on YouTube, so it's not going to affect me that much. You know, like, at 5K, it's really, like, and, like, the view count, it's not that much. It's, like, you know, pennies, really. But I do get it, you know, and it does, like, buy, like, you know, some groceries when it comes, you know, like, and that's cool, you know, like, I appreciate that. You appreciate any time you get paid, guys, and it is worth it. So, just sidebar, if you say go find a real job, one, I have one. Two, don't tell other people that, because that's not fair to them. You know, like, they've earned this. And you could get paid to do anything. There are, like, crazy, weird jobs out there. This is not one of them. You're providing a service here. You're reviewing toys. I've heard people say, well, I don't need them. I don't look at reviewers when I buy my stuff. Good for you. But there is a ton of people. Like, look at the high-end reviewers here. How many people follow them? They follow them for a reason. The reviews, the information, the entertainment. You know, like, it's entertainment. And people pay for that. You should always get paid for what you work hard on. You know, I work hard on this channel, guys. I really do. You might, you know, like, I might not have that, like, those things I'm talking about, but doesn't prevent me from working hard on here. And I work hard in the quantity section, because I really believe in quantity begets quality. I've always felt that. I've always just, like, plowed into stuff and work like that. Instead of, like, stopping, learning, making longer, like, nicer videos. I think my videos have come along very well. I think I've gotten a lot better at this over the last 3 years. And I want to continue doing that. So that's what I'm saying right now. You know, folks here on YouTube, don't worry. I'm not going anywhere here quite yet. But I am moving as well. So let's talk about that in 1 second. What I want to say is, and I know I'm going all over the place, but that's what happens when you don't have a script. And you just want to get as much out as possible. I want to talk about this, and I want to say it like this, because this is like a little story about my life already that might be of value to some of you guys that do this. Especially maybe if some of the higher end guys ever watch this. I worked at DC Comics for 8 years, right? I learned a lot there. Not only about what I do for a living, which is lettering comics. I was actually the lettering supervisor at DC Comics, you know, and which was, like, really awesome. I really loved it. And I lettered a lot of, like, amazing high-end books. You know, I did a lot of stuff there. I, you know, helped spearhead all the look of the letterings from the New 52. I did a lot of cool stuff, guys. Lettered, like, stuff like Superman Unchained, massive runs on Hellblazer, Red Robin, Teen Titans, tons of books. And then 5 years ago, 5.5 years ago now, DC Comics, I am on the East Coast, decided to move from New York to LA. I had to make a decision whether to go. I was welcome to go. You know, they were going to, you know, move me out there, my family out there. But my whole family is here, and I did it, you know, at the end of the day, my wife's family's here as well. We had a little kid at the time. He's still little, he's 5. But, you know, like, we just couldn't do it. It wasn't gonna be good for us overall. So I decided, you know, like, I either could get another job, or I could go freelance. I went freelance. I took a chance on myself. And that worked out pretty well, because in these past 5.5 years, going on 6 years now, actually, I've done a lot of amazing work. I've continued to work with a lot of awesome, so many new publishers. And I've continued to work with DC Comics as well on a freelance basis. I just came off this year doing The Batman Who Laughs, which was, like, probably the biggest book out in that time I've been freelance. What I'm saying is to everyone, bank on yourself, because you should be believing in yourself more than anybody else. If you put in the work, people will, you know, to turn out for you and help you go to the next level. And just continue doing what you do. Because the respect I received when I left DC Comics was amazing, because I had established myself already. So to my fellow YouTubers, do not be afraid to move on from YouTube, to do something else, like continue doing videos somewhere else, or like if you need to, and you feel like you can't do this anymore after this, back on yourself, believe in yourself, because you are your number one fan, and you should be, because you know more than anybody how much work you've put into yourself and your brand, or whatever you do. So whatever you might do post YouTube, if you're leaving YouTube, I know a lot of folks are, believe in yourself, and people will respect that and follow you. That's the biggest thing I could say. Advice there. Don't be afraid, to do it, because you got the talent. You've got the touch. I'm serious though. Like it's really important. I know a lot of folks are moving. I know folks have moved to Patreon, only, and those folks should be supported. If you're fans of them, please go ahead and support them. Moving to other platforms like Vimeo, there's going to be Daily Motion, folks. There's going to be, there's a BitChute is a new one. I heard of a couple others. Vlare is that one. There's a lot of ways to go. And they're all interesting, support them wherever they go. The thing I gotta say is, this platform is amazing because you can make money on it. And like I said, you should get paid for what you do. It's the easiest way to do it. You don't have to ask anybody anything. The ads pay for it. But if YouTube themselves messed up that, that's going to be bad. The problem is also that YouTube introduced a new terms of service this past week as well, where they say, and I don't know if this is coincidence or not, I don't think it is, they said if your channel is not viable, then they could drop you, which is so weird, because now what they're doing is, if what's happening here is, you have to make your channel for kids. That's gonna cut into 60 to 90% of what you make here. So how is that working together? That's not really cool, guys. What are we doing here? We're just reviewing toys, or we're doing other, cool stuff that folks want to watch. Now, I've heard some folks also say that that might be a way to get us all out of here, but I don't believe that, because why? YouTube is here to serve whatever you want to do. That's the point here. Why single us out? It's because if it was just us, maybe I'd be yeah, it's just us. Why they want us out of here? But animation's going to be affected. Gaming is going to be affected. Anywhere where there's characters that are popular that kids could is going to be affected by this. So I really don't believe that's a thing. I think that's us, thinking too much about what's going on here, and thinking too much into it. So there's possibilities that things could change here, because, this petition is something that's gonna have to be looked at. Anything where you get this high up in numbers is gonna get looked at by the FTC. The director of the FTC has already been pretty accessible on Twitter, and I know there's some folks trying to set up meetings with him. I know there's someone that does something that's being affected here is going to be meeting with them for sure, and I know other folks want to do that, and that's very important. I hope he takes them up on their offer to talk about what could be done here. But please sign that petition. The link is going to be down below. There's also going to be a link to the FTC's website, where between now and December 9th, you can leave them a comment. Do be respectful, and try to be very literate about it, and just really, state your case why, your favorite toy YouTubers or whatever, should not have to deal with this stuff, because it shouldn't be broad strokes. There's so many different ways to go. I understand protecting the kids. I want to protect the kids. I think that's very important. But, like, there's got to be better ways to do it. If you're making videos for kids, then that should be on the YouTube Kids app. If you're doing just straight up like stuff like we're doing here, then the YouTube regular app, it is fine. We shouldn't have to be penalized for this. It's not right to do so. But I implore everybody that's doing so right now, come January, right before January, switch your channel to Made for Kids if there's any question about it. And there should be a question about it. If you review any toy, you're gonna be in their scope. So really do yourself a favor, switch to, Made for Kids, and then let's see what happens there. Or, like, take the steps, leave YouTube, head out wherever you need to go. Me personally, I am both staying and leaving. I am gonna be continuing to upload videos here. I'm gonna be switching to Made for Kids. What that means, though, is we're gonna be losing all communication. So, like, goodbye. Come January, goodbye to, like, communicating with me here on YouTube. No community tab, no comments. Until that changes, and I hope, cooler heads prevail, and it does, get in touch with me on Facebook. Follow my Facebook if you're not there. Follow my Instagram if you're not there. You could comment on anything there. I'm always posting links to the videos there, so go comment there, and we can continue our conversations. That's going to be disappearing here, guys. So that is going to be a thing that's happening. But for you guys here on YouTube, I'm going to continually upload my videos. No problem there. There's no skin off my back. And, I keep the channel going and keep it, the thing is, a lot of my viewers at this point in time are coming from me, pushing them here. So, I don't see, like, instant people, like, jumping on my videos. They do, but there's a lot of folks that come from when I post elsewhere that my videos are up. So, as long as that continues, as long as I am putting in the work, people should still be watching it. But those that do come here, make sure you're checking out my channel, and you come to my channel and come see what I have put up, because it's not going to be easy for me if you're just looking here on YouTube to notify you anymore come January. I have started a Vimeo account, which the link is down below. Please follow me there as well. The videos are going to be up there as well. Now, I don't know how I'm going to go quite yet. I might be posting there first just to build up that channel a little bit. The problem is there's no money to be made on that channel, and which is very important, like I've said. And there's only, you have to pay for it. So there's only a certain amount of, like, storage space that I could put videos on. So things are probably going to be changing come the new year of how I do stuff. I don't know quite yet. Maybe it'll be like a little bit less videos a week. I do post a ton. But that might be good. That might be, a kick in the pants to make the videos, like, even better. Learn more things, you know what I'm saying? So that might be actually a good thing for me personally, to slow it down just a tad, to maximize the space on Vimeo and, just get better and see what happens. I don't think this YouTube thing is forever. Me personally, knowing how just things in general work, this has been put together hastily, and I don't think it's the end. I don't think the way it is today is going to be the way it is even in January. Just my 2 cents there. Just knowing the way business works and knowing the way business reacts to, their workers complaining about stuff. So things change, guys, and things can change in a hurry. So that's why I'm not abandoning YouTube. But I am starting somewhere else as well. So it's like, you know, one thing here, one thing there. Now, there's going to be a third thing that started. I've already mentioned this, and that's going to be Patreon. Now, relax. I don't feel like I am at the point where I have any right asking you guys for money yet about my videos in general. However, what I want to do with Patreon is move giveaways there. I think that's really a good thing to do. It's perfect. You know, like, it does cost me money giving away stuff. And I want to be able to give away stuff, even internationally, you know, based on what I've made, you know, here or on Patreon now. Because now I'm not going to be making money here on YouTube, not going to be making money on Vimeo, and I'm going to be spending money on there. So Patreon is going to be for that. I might, you know, toss some exclusive videos on there as well, but not reviews. Never reviews. It might be like Vlogzilla's might end up there. I haven't decided yet, but I created the account because I had to. You know, like, again, it's a respecting for yourself. Sometimes you got to do it. You know, like, I might not have the biggest count here of people following me or viewing me, and not enough. But if I don't believe in myself and start stuff, it you know, may not happen. So I've set that up. I'm not linking that quite yet because there's no tiers yet. I have to exactly decide. But by January, I will. Because what I want to do is, come January, I want to get back to monthly giveaways. And that's going to be on Patreon. So I think that's a cool thing for you guys. I know you guys wanted me to do more giveaways again. You know, here's the kick in the pants to me to do it. And I think I'm going to, like, let you know how much it's going to cost. You ready for this? $1 a month. That's it. $1 a month, you know, gets you in to Patreon and gets you into the monthly monthly raffles. It's not a raffle. The monthly giveaway. So I think that's cool, and there's going to be some, like, extra content there, like writing, whatever. And like I said, you know, some other videos behind the scenes. I think that would be cool to have there. So definitely not reviews. That's still going to be available here. It's going to be available on Vimeo. So there's a lot to process. There's going to be probably more stuff going on Instagram and Facebook as well. Might do some exclusive videos for both places there. A lot to decide. But that's what I'm saying, guys. Sometimes when things happen, you got to make the best of it, and you got to move forward. Because you can't do anything else, you know, like, that's what happened to me when DC left. I had to make the decision and move forward and bank on myself, and I'm making that decision to do that here now. That's what I feel like is happening here again. But this time I'm, like, attacking it on multiple fronts, and I think that's a really good way to go, you know, and we'll see how it all turns out. This YouTube thing might clear up by next year, you know, like, by sometime next year, and we'll all be back here, you know, because trust me, if YouTube's open, I find a lot of folks will come back, because it's the easiest way to make money, is doing it here on YouTube and getting paid through the ads, you know, like, that works out great for everybody. So I'm hoping for the best there. We shall see how it goes. But there you go, guys. That's my thoughts on everything that's going on. Is it good? It's not good, you know, but we have to move forward. And that's all I can say. All right, guys. Hope you dug this video. It's a long one, but there was a lot to say. And if you could please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Share because people need to hear about this stuff. That'd be awesome. Till next time. Peace out, peeps.